What's up? I'm LL Cool J. You're watching Natalie. TV. Peace.
I'm Natalie, hanging out here with LL Cool J. How are you?
I'm excellent, excellent.
Okay, so today's a special day. You know, we're launching the clothing line. Let's talk a little bit about the clothing line.
It just feels good. It's Todd Smith by LL Cool J. It's I have embellished hoodies, I have tees, I have premium denim. All of the symbols and all of the logos that are incorporated into the clothing line are very personal to me. Like the main logo means bravery and fearlessness. Okay. Like when you go out and and face life's challenges, or you face things that go on in your life, you need bravery and fearlessness, whether it's dealing with everything from peer pressure to a tough situation in school to a bad relationship. I mean, bravery and fearlessness is really important. So I'm just really passionate about this line. I feel really connected to it. I put a lot of intensity and energy into making this thing what it is, and it feels real good.
Nice. So why Todd Smith? How come not LL Cool J?
You know what? I felt like this particular line, I wanted to be personal, and I wanted it to represent more of me as a man and not be so much about the name that I built. I wanted to start something from scratch. Okay. I wanted to trust myself to build something new. Not to say that I won't come out with the LL Cool J line later, because that's always a possibility. But I just felt like, you know what? Let's start something from scratch. Let's start something new. Let's do something personal, and let's have some fun doing it. And I think I've accomplished that. Plus, I want people to know that this particular line is not that a LL line would only be about my music, but this line is not just about my history, and it's not just about my music. It's about me as a human being. It's about my creativity. It's about my spirit. It's about my dreams, my passion, my vision. You know what I'm saying? What have you.
So you've been in the industry for a while. How come it took you so long to be like, okay, you know what? I want to get into clothing now.
Well, my first foray into clothing was with Troop, which was 100 years ago in the late 80s. Mm-hmm. Then the second time I got into fashion or had a line was FUBU, which I'm still an owner of, but that was during the early to mid 90s. We had a lot of success with that, but I didn't have as much creative input. Mm-hmm. So from the time I stopped doing FUBU, it took about 5.5 years for me to get this thing up and running where I wanted it and do what I wanted to do. And now I have Todd Smith.
Nice. And how do you think clothing incorporates into hip-hop and music?
Well, I think that clothing incorporates into every walk of life, not just hip-hop and music. Right. I think that, you got to wear clothes, either that or, there's another option, but I don't know if we really want to take that publicly, So, I think that it's a part of a lifestyle. I think it speaks to who you are. When a person puts one of my T-shirts on, or, like my King of Style shirt, for instance, or when the ladies line comes out, my Queen of Style shirt, for instance, I want their self-esteem to be lifted. I want them to feel sexy. I want them to feel good. I want them to feel great about themselves. Okay. I want their emotions to be lifted up. Yeah. So, clothing is an important piece. When you in the workplace, in school, wherever you're at, right. Clothing, makes you feel a certain way. You put the right thing on, you feel a certain way, right? So, yeah.
Now, when it comes to acting, do you like to incorporate name as Todd Smith or LL Cool J starring in this movie?
I went back and forth with that for years, and I just came to the realization that when it comes to acting, it's just LL Cool J. Okay. Because at the end of the day, that was a name that people recognized and knew who they knew who I was. I didn't think it was. I went back and forth with that thing, and I decided that it's more important for me to focus on doing great work. Right. Because whether no matter what name, at the end of the day, it's about a great product. Definitely. As well. So when you're on that screen, it's about the character. Right. So if the name LL gets people in the theater, then that's great. But it's about what I do on screen that's gonna make it matter. Definitely.
Now you've been in the industry for a while, like I said. How do you keep evolving?
By not being afraid to mature, by not trying to pretend that I'm a teenager when I'm not, by not trying to repeat myself, by not being afraid to take chances and risk, looking foolish in order to take myself to the next level. I'm a big believer that dreams don't have deadlines. Yeah. So many people get to a point in life where they feel like they can't go any further. Mm-hmm. They feel like, I had a career, I can't do anything else. They feel like their dreams have deadlines. I don't believe that. I think that if you dig deep and if you have a vision, then you can succeed and you can make it happen.
So then you never think it's enough. Like you never think like, okay, I have my clothing line, I'm an author, I'm an actor, producer. Is it ever enough? Like, is it ever like, okay, I'm satisfied, I think I should retire now, just lay back and enjoy life?
You know, the earth never stops growing. You know, trees keep growing out of the earth. It's never enough. You know, we're here to maximize our potential.
Right.
You know, the last thing you want to do is be laying on your deathbed with all your dreams standing around you saying, what happened? Why aren't you taking me with you? You know?
It must be tough because, you know, when you have everything, you know what I mean? You're capable of doing whatever you want and stuff like that. And to still have a dream and to still like, okay, I still need to accomplish something else. What else is out there that you need to feel like you need to accomplish?
You know, life is an interesting thing. It's about maximizing your potential. It's not about comparing yourself to the next person. It's about looking at where you are in your life and where you'd like to be, and planning accordingly.
Right.
You know, starting from the end and working towards it backwards, and then going towards your goal. So, for me, it's really about just making sure that I leave the earth empty. You know, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you believe in something, if you have a desire, why not do it?
Right.
You know, a lot of people say why, I say why not? You know, why not?
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to just be a journalist or just be a PR person or just be a cameraman or just be a manager or just be an agent or just be, you know, a photographer or just be. You can be whatever you want to be if you dig deep and if you pursue it and you're not afraid to fail and get up and keep going until you make it.
Right. Okay, your music, what are you working on right now?
My new record is called Exit 13. It's my 13th record. I've never worked so hard on a record in ever. And I've been working on it for about a year and a half. And it's the hottest record I've made in years. If the last few records I put out were, let's say, 5.5, 6s, then this is a 9.5, 10.
Wow. Your charity organization. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, as far as charity and philanthropic stuff, I have 2 big things coming this year. Read for the Record, which is a literacy campaign that I support. And I think literacy is extremely important because I think reading gives a kid an opportunity to discover their true potential and maximize it. So that's one thing I'm supporting. And then I have some things in the community, my own community, that I'm doing as well. Jumping ball tournament, what have you.
Great. Well, it's always great to give back. Thank you so much, LL Cool J. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Baby, don't go.